Hello, welcome to GI Reviews. I am the Ruckus, and today we will be looking at G.I. Joe Classified Series Range Viper, a Walmart exclusive. Let's get right into it. You see the packaging right there. It's got the now classic, in my opinion, standard windowless packaging. You've got a render of 3D or action figure art on our left. On the right, we've got artwork of the character, and above we have a banner displaying the figure's total loadout, which is extensive. On one side, we have more of that artwork, and we have the number of this figure. This is number 76 in the line. The other side, we have more artwork, a QR code that means nothing, and of course that's 76, and below that, the four icons that signify the Range Viper's abilities. The rear has a digital render of the figure. We've got a measurement of its height, and in this case, Range Viper is standing at 6.3 inches tall. And next to him, on our right, his left, we see his loadout, and then there's a couple of sketches, illustrations of certain aspects of the Range Viper. You see its Cobra logo on the left shoulder, and then it shows a picture of the head, profile of the head, and you see brain matter. On our left, we see where the figure was housed when it was in packaging, and you see more of that artwork in black and white, pretty nice as the backdrop. And of course, on our right, we have the foot locker, and you see it has Range Viper displayed on it, and the number 76 is on either side. And here's our guy, Range Viper himself, all loaded out and ready to go. Looking very nice there. Like I said, he comes in at 6.3 inches tall. So that's more or less standard height for a G.I. Joe figure / Cobra figure. And I can tell you one great aspect of this figure, which is a very nice trend, is he's self-sufficient. Everything he comes with, he can carry on his person. And here we have a nice quick 360-degree look at Range Viper. And as I stated, he's self-sufficient. He stores everything on his person. He's got his sidearm in his right holster on his knee. His holster on his right knee, I should say. You see he's carrying his long-range weapon, and the magazine is already installed in. He's got his bandolier on, going from his left shoulder down to his right torso. He's got a sai. We'll see all of this close up when we get him off the stand. An axe that's affixed to his backpack. That backpack, he has his breather is connected to the back of his skull, the base of his skull. And he has his rocket launcher connected to the bottom of his backpack. So now let's take a better look at the figure, both the figure itself and where exactly his gear is housed. You see he's carrying his weapon right there. It's a high caliber weapon. You can see from the rounds right there. And then of course he's got an additional bandolier going around his chest. So that's pretty cool. As I turn him to his left so we can get a better visual of his sidearm. Let's see if I can pull that out. I can actually start removing things because we're going to be changing them up anyway. So yeah, it's got his sidearm with an extended magazine molded in a flat black, and of course it fits snugly in that holster. As far as on the other side, turn to the other side, and probably a little bit hidden from you. I'll try to expose it there. He's got a sai. You see that right there, and that fits loosely in its housing, but that's all right because it's pretty deep in there. It fits loosely, but it's snug when you try to pull it out, as you see what I'm trying to do right there. You'll have to kind of work it. There we go. Like press up on it from the bottom. But there you have it, the SI. And it's just a loop function near the back of his belt. As far as this side goes, he's got an axe. We've seen this axe before with barbecue, but he does have that. I'm going to set this aside for right now. We look at the bottom, and this actually connects up as well. He's got, I may have to actually take the backpack off. Before I do that, let me show you his respirator is coming from the tank and connected to the base of his skull, which is crazy. It just plugs in so you can pull it right out. Now I'll take off the harness and set Range Viper aside so I can get to his rocket launcher. You see how it connects up? It's in a housing there. So yes, you have to pull the backpack off because you have to lift out, and the rear of the back of the figure would get in the way. So you have that, and there's the launcher, and the magazine is articulated. It rotates, so that's pretty cool. And then here's the backpack itself. It's got some nice detail to it. More rounds are affixed to the back. You see it's got a readout back there as well. I dare say that readout is probably monitoring, for lack of a better term, Range Viper's life signs. And you already know what's up with that. You saw the image of the brain matter, exposed brain. And you see that red dot there, so that's pretty nice. And it's got some communication device. It's part of the backpack. It's not separate, but it is right there. So you do have that. As far as Range Viper himself, I'm going to pull out his weapon. Fits nice and snug in his hands. Now moving back to the side there, and you see what we got. There's a loadout. This is also a separate piece. As you can see, it comes out right there. Very nice. It's got the brass colored paint for the rounds, and you can see which way the rounds are facing, so you already know that that's the direction that you have to, what side to put this on to make it look straight. If you try to put it on the other side, it would look crazy because the rounds would be deposited backwards, and that's not a good thing. Talking about what else we've got going on with Range Viper, he's got the bandolier, which is separate. Just reach up and there it is. So that's to the side there, and now you've got Range Viper in his glory by himself. And there's the profile of that, see what I'm saying, brain matter right there. This guy is obviously some kind of undead soldier. I don't know much about Range Viper. I don't know anything about him. I just know he looks cool. That's what I do know. It's got some good, the way it looks. Forgot to also mention, the bandana is also an accessory. It came separate. Of course, you know how to do that. You remove the head and pop the head off, and then you could put on or take off that bandana right there. But you've got some nice paint deco going on. Obviously, the mask on the face is just cool. It's molded in blue, but you see it's got the red eyes, and yeah, that just looks pretty nice. And there's some red paint for the nostrils of that mask, of that face mask. When you look at the torso, you've got those pouches right there in the front there. They're in a kind of like a greenish brown, a beige more or less. There's a hint of green in there from, I don't know if that's showing well in the viewfinder, but here in real life, It's a brown, and there's just like the slightest tint of green in it. And of course, the straps are black. And then you've got, speaking of straps, the straps that go over his shoulders. You can see on one side there that molded in that same color. And then, of course, there's black that goes over it, overlaid over it. On the other side, there's those are rounds molded in black, but they're affixed to that harness, as you could see. Turning it around to see the back of the harness, just all black down there. So I dare say that this is molded in black, and the paint is the brownish color. That's what it would be. And then you see the logo that we saw at the beginning there, and you've got the arms black going down to the lower torso. You see that both the thigh holster and the thigh guard on his left leg are molded in gray, and then you've got blue paint with some like grayish highlights there at the bottom. You see what's going on this side with that pouch in front of the holster, the knee guards gray, the boots gray, two different shades of gray. Pretty nice. And as far as the articulation goes, the nature of that head is just crazy. It's on a dumbbell. You can't really go that far back because the nature of the head, it's running into the bandana, which is just a clip-on. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? I can actually pull it off if I wanted to. It's really more so the back of the head that's hitting the top of the back there, going down. The most you get is that going down. You get some pivot, and you can 360 it if you so desired. As far as the shoulders, you can T-pose it. My left shoulder is a little bit tight, but you can get it to do 90 degrees. You've got the butterfly joints. So Range Viper can draw back that far. And let's see the clap test. He's not getting much. He's not getting much. So that's all you're going to get in terms of trying to squeeze his arms together. But that's mostly because the harness is getting in the way, which is a typical downfall, if you will, for most classified, because most of them come with harnesses and most of them come with the butterfly joints, but the harness negates whatever functionality the butterfly joints would have. Anyway, going back up with the shoulder, you can 360 at the shoulder. You've got the bicep swivel. You've got double jointed pinless elbows, swiveling wrist, and here on the left side, the wrist is a vertical hinge. Let's see what we got going on the right side here. The right side, the wrist is a horizontal hinge. And he is right-handed. I'm saying that because of where his sidearm is located on his right side. He's got a ball joint. He's got an ab crunch that's hidden behind that harness, so he can bend forward a little bit, bend back a little bit, and then he has a ball joint down there at the waist, so he can roll around. You know what I'm saying? And go side to side, and he's got the left to right articulation there. As far as the hips go, he can spread them that far apart, and of course this is classified, so they drop down. I'll push him back up. He can get 90 degrees on the kick. He can go back decently, especially if you pull out the leg. He's got the thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees. He has a swivel at the boot. He can point his toe that far forward, that far up. He's got ankle pivot, and he has holes at the bottom of his feet. And here we've got our Range Viper posed with his grenade launcher. And I did this pose specifically because when he's brandishing the grenade launcher alone, he then loses the ability for total self-sufficiency. In other words, his other long-range weapon, unless he's double fisting and is, using both of them at the same time, he loses the ability to carry everything just because of that. But that's, small world problem. Other than that, he holds everything on his person. And of course, we have to get him in a scene, in a pose with a fellow bad guy and a semi-namesake. We've got the Range Viper along with the Televiper. Oh yeah, G.I. Joe Classified is really, really measuring up. And of course, we have to have a Cobra versus Joe scene. And who better to use than Lieutenant Falcon? So my final thoughts on the G.I. Joe Classified series, Walmart exclusive Range Viper. Another dope offering from G.I. Joe Classified from Hasbro. Very, very nice figure. I just love the whole concept of, you got the brains just totally exposed. And I'm also loving, the color scheme, the blacks with the blue and the grays. They just go together very well. The deco on the backpack is great. The fact that he can carry everything on his person, and he's doing so right now. As the closing shot, he's got everything on his person right now. And I just love that. The last couple figures that I've reviewed from Classified, they've all been self-sufficient, and we Classified collectors, that's what we strive for. We love it. We get a little bit down when you have a figure that can't carry everything on his or her person. But that's not the case here with the Range Viper. Very, very nice. So, yeah, that'll do it for this review. Guys, please like the video. We're very brand new, and we need follows, we need subscribers, we need likes. Likes will push the recommendations to other people's algorithm, and they'll see it. Hopefully they'll come, and then they'll do the same thing that you guys would do, which is like the video, subscribe to the channel, which is always a good thing. Leave your comments below, by the way. What do you think about this Range Viper? Are you going to army build? I've got 4 of them. So, yeah, I'm cool. And, yeah, just nice. I love the design. The whole concept is just great to me. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you want to be notified when I upload another video, there's a bell down there as well. So hit that and you will be notified. Yeah, Range Viper, very, very nice. Number 76. Definitely nothing centennial about this guy, but still a very, very nice figure. Very nice figure. Cobra. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you later.